Welcome to another 15 minutes in search of sanity, the show where two guys talk about stuff going on in a world gone completely mad. My name is Mark Wilson. That is Clive Pinder. We are your two hosts. And today we're going to tackle, what are we tackling today?
We are tackling patriotism. Well, more specifically, why does a piece of cloth, otherwise known as a national flag, seem to have become so controversial? When you and I talked about doing this show in the first place, Mark, you weren't aware, but the irony was that, whilst in the US, all of a sudden, flying the flag seems to basically be a symbol for your political colors, for want of a better word. And ironically enough, exactly the same thing is happening in the UK, where if you now fly the Cross of St. George, which is the English flag, which forms part of the Union Jack, because we are the United Kingdom, supposedly, then all of a sudden you're a political far-right operative as well. How can a piece of cloth that apparently tell you everything about a person or nothing at all? I mean, it's just to me another example of toxic partisanship. I mean, United States used to gather around the flag, the stars and stripes. I mean, but today it's been totally politicized, in my opinion. Well, I don't know what came first. The Democrats, who basically said if you fly a flag, you're a MAGA-loving Tea Party person, or was it the Republicans who stuffed the flag down the throat of everybody? And frankly, what's wrong with patriotism?
There's nothing wrong with patriotism. We were taught patriotism when I was a young boy in school, in elementary school. You had to get up every morning. You didn't have to if you didn't want to. I don't remember anybody not wanting to, though, opting out. But you had to get up and say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And you had to hold your hand over your heart while you did it. And we were taught that when a flag goes by in a parade, you put your hand over your heart. And we were taught love of country. I don't know that that's happening anymore. I think that was, we were told that was oppressive at some point, or somebody said something along those lines. And I think it went exactly the opposite. Kids started to learn that their country was an oppressive country, that we stole it, that we were on stolen land.
Right.
We had own land that was stolen, and that the country was not the greatest country in the world. And those kids grew up, and they're now voters. And I think they got to college, and they learned the same thing in college. And now, maybe the bigger question is, what is patriotism? And to me, patriotism is love of country. And more than that, it is pride in shared ideals.
I have a question to ask you, but here, let's do a quick sort of Rorschach, I can never say that word, test. Three words when you see the stars and stripes.
Pride. Three words, single words?
Yeah.
Pride. I want to say love of country, but that's three words.
Yeah, that's okay. Love of country, yeah.
I mean, it's something that I can share, that, again, shared ideals with my countrymen.
Yeah.
It brings us together in a way that other things don't.
Well,
surely
it used to.
You remember what happened after the 9/11? That the country came together in a way that I had never seen in my life. Democrats, Republicans, black, white, people of all religions came together. And it was love of country. It was patriotism. It wasn't nationalism, because that's different, isn't it?
That's the key difference there, Mark. I think somehow I know I don't want to. I've tried to research this, but it seems to me that all of a sudden a group of people, and they were academics, and again, I keep coming back to this, coming out of the postmodern movement, and all of a sudden the flag became, if you flew the flag, you were a nationalist. Right. And there's very difference between, a nationalist and a patriot. A nationalist is someone that's competitive and expansionist, but a patriot is just someone who loves their country. To me, the flag. I was hoping you'd ask me what my 3 words were going to be, Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Give me your 3 words. That's because I don't
uh,
care.
you don't care, yeah, I know. Oh dear. 3 words. I mean, pride was my first. Second was belonging, and third was culture. I see, and actually, I have two favorite flags. Funnily enough, my other one is the flag of Nigeria, which is green and white stripes, two green stripes and one white stripe. And that's the country of my birth. I'm very proud to have been born there. Boy, the Nigerians are proud people, and they're a very, very tribal country. You don't see, I mean, they've even had civil wars, but they're patriotic. So yeah, to
Isn't
me,
it
it's
interesting
pride,
that
belonging, and culture.
yeah, we don't mind necessarily. I mean, the people that get mad when we fly our American flags or call us MAGA, don't mind if a person from Mexico flies a Mexican flag.
Or someone from Palestine flies a Palestinian flag.
Why is that?
It's because I think they are trying to get they have imagined in their own mind that the flag is now a symbol of nationalism instead of patriotism. And to be fair, I think there are a lot of people now that fly the stars and stripes almost as I don't like using the F word, almost as an FU to everybody and I don't know which came first, to be honest, the chicken or the egg. I mean, some facts, around this, because I'm Mr. Fact Man, Mark. I need to read this. Only 58% of Americans say today they're extremely or very proud to be American. I mean, that is gobsmacking to me. That's like almost half the country.
Yeah.
I mean, America used to be seen. I mean, to a fault, literally a fault. I mean, when you're overseas and you see the American, strolling through town, they had that American swagger. It's interesting. It is definitely political. 92% of Republicans versus 53% of independents and 36% of Democrats. So that's how that breaks down. I mean, in terms of people so 7 in 10 Republicans fly the flag at least on holidays. 6 to 10 Democrats and independents say they never fly it. I mean, it's just sad, and the same is happening in England. It's definitely a left-right split. And who do we blame? I blame the politicians.
Again, I don't think it's part of our curriculum in school anymore. I mean, you're somehow an oppressive regime if you
Do they still not do they still not swear the allegiance every morning in
I
assembly?
don't know. I would guess they probably don't. Um, uh, as you can imagine. Well, what if somebody doesn't want to, you know,
Right.
allegiance? Well, they can opt out or leave the room. I mean, who knows? But I just think in general we don't ask people to love
Yeah.
their country. And here's the strange thing, and I think we've missed it. And I tell you who I'll blame too. I will blame people like Donald Trump. Um, I think we've sort of wrapped politics with the flag, and
Yeah,
and I
he's weaponized it. I mean, he's done he's taken the Democrats and shoved it back down their throats, and seems to me.
I've heard more often, and I could be wrong. I don't have any data to back this up, but it seems to me I've heard the phrase "that's un-American" more often in the last 10 years than I ever had in my entire life. So we're all of a sudden deciding who's American and who's un-American, and who's patriotic and who's not patriotic, and that tends to come from people, I think, from the right. But because I think you can disagree with your neighbor's politics and still fly a flag. I think you can love America and still criticize and still be a good American. It doesn't mean that you find
Of
everything
course you
perfect
can. Two
in the
things
country,
can be true at once. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I just got back from the UK, from England, a couple of weeks ago, and my sister and her partner fly the St. George's flag, and they have literally had people walk down the road, neighbors, look at it and say that's disgusting. I mean, there was a whole movement in the UK called Operation Raise the Colours. It was a grassroots campaign where people hung either the Cross of St George or the Union Jack from from lampposts and everything. And this was before the World Cup. This was just a way of them, and it was definitely a way of them being proud and patriotic. But in all honesty, it was also a reflection of a real fear from a large number of the community and the country that their culture is at risk. And so it has been politicized, and I think that's kind of sad, but it's also just a function of the fact that we are so tribal now. You know, it used to be the flag used to be one tribe, right? We were all part of one tribe, the United States of America, and now it's not like that
Well,
anymore.
we go back to social media again. Social media rewards outrage, and outrage rewards tribalism. Uh,
Right.
and tribalism rewards loyalty to our side. I do find it interesting though with what's it called, the cup, the soccer. What's that?
Yeah.
World?
The World Cup.
Yeah, that a lot a lot of people who visited America. I've heard so many interviews from foreigners that were here that they couldn't believe the number of flags from other countries that would fly from people's homes.
Yeah.
Um, so you can still be a good American, but if you're really rooting for the French team because you have French roots, you can fly that French flag outside your home, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's unifying.
You
But
can. I mean, let me ask you. This is a slightly controversial question. I mean, here we are in California. Do you feel? I mean, flying the Mexican flag is appropriate. I mean, is it appropriate to fly the flag of another country when you're in in your home country?
okay. This is where it gets a little dicey for me because I have seen people who might be here illegally who are protesting, ICE and that, all of that we've got going on now, flying their Mexican flags. I'm not sure that's appropriate. I think if you were to go to Mexico and you were to be there illegally and you were flying your American flag in Mexico, I don't know how that would go over. Um,
Well,
I
that's the
mean, I think it's
strength.
fine if you're from Mexico and you're an American citizen, you want to fly your Mexican flag. I'm for you proud of your heritage. You're proud of Um, I guess I could fly my Swedish flag, but I don't know why I'd want to.
Yeah. I mean, I've just proven, I've just been, been guilty of, I guess, what I'm trying to contradict. Really, is we are making, we're saying that, your porch decoration or the flag hanging off the back of your truck is all of a sudden, it's a political party, and I just think that's a shame. One other thought that crossed my mind as I was thinking about this today, Mark, is if you're from the progressive area and you see, and you're going to say, how the hell did you get transgender into this discussion? But if you
Oh,
see
wait a
someone who is clearly transgender, or if you just see someone who's a woman, whether you know they're trans, you refer to them, you pay them the respect of the person they want to be. But now, if if the progressive person sees the stars and stripes, they automatically say you're a bigot, not you're an American, not you're a valuable member of our community, not you're someone who helps the homeless on Friday, but you're a bigot. Um,
right.
and and anybody who is against a transsexual person is a bigot. But it just seems to me that we seem to have lost the ability to see people for who they are rather than the flag they fly, which means you're an American, nothing more, nothing less. Um,
Well, it
or
means I'm American, but it means I'm proud of my country.
yeah,
Despite the things that we've done over over the many years that we've been a country. They all haven't been fantastic. Slavery wasn't cool, but it is what it is, and I can still be proud of my country because we overcame slavery. We've overcome a lot of things,
Right.
and do I say that we are superior to every other country in the world? I think that's nationalism. I can think
I
that.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you
I
ask me
think
where I want to live, I'd say I want to live in the United States of America,
yeah.
uh, because I do feel it is the freest country. It provides the most opportunity of any other country on the face of the earth. That's my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's a little different in Norway. Maybe I'd be happy in Norway. But I believe I
You might
believe
like the Norwegian women, Mark.
I believe we live in an exceptional
Yeah,
country. And again, I know this has been said. I'm sick of hearing it too. People aren't trying to get out of America. They're trying to get into the United States of America.
right. And anyway, I mean, we're at the end of our time. I just think that my appeal to all of us, both on this side of the camera, on those watching and listening, wherever they may be, is let's just see the flag. Um, let's not assume anything more than the best. You're flying a flag because you're proud of your country, you belong there, and you like its culture.
Well,
And
and I think too, once patriotism belongs to a political party, it stops being patriotic. So,
That's a great line to end on.
uh, so there you go. All right, we found sanity in a world
Yeah.
gone completely mad.
Yeah.
Fly your flag, right? Is that what we're saying? Fly your flag.
Well, yeah, I wish I had my little Nigerian flag, and I should have got one. Maybe we'll try and get our producer to stick a Nigerian and an English flag up on me, and a stars and stripes on you.
All right, everybody. We
Take care.
appreciate you joining us. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, share it. Send money if you can. That'd be nice.
We don't want any money, Mark. Not
Boy,
yet.
yeah.
When we got something useful to do with it, like
right,
give it to somebody else.
Anything else, Clive?
No, that's it.
All right, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.
15 minutes in search of sanity. Take care.